Hello everyone and welcome back. Let's go over exactly what you need to pull to complete Upper Karazhan. Now Upper Karazhan is a very easy Mythic Plus. I think it's going to go down as one of the fastest ones and one of the ones you need to pull the least for. So the first thing is all of these spirits right here in the beginning, just go ahead and pull and kite them. So just snare them, keep some aggro on them. Your DPS should be damaging them on the way up and you should be able to just keep pulling them all to the last one. Now if you want, you can even take this as far as running over to the arcane ad that's after this, but if not, you can stop here and make sure they all get DPS down. What I will say about Upper Karazhan is I think it is going to be the fastest Mythic Plus with some of the better rewards and the least amount of trash. So you see here, you do want to pull only one golem, you don't want to pull both on either side, so just pull one and start DPSing it down. After that, just get this mini boss down and start pulling the trash before Curator. Now for this Curator trash, you do want to pull one at a time. If you have a group that's really good with their interrupts, you can pull two at a time and just keep kicking the confluences so that they don't cast. But in order to damage the confluences, you do have to kill all of the mana worms first. So keep the confluences interrupted, but DPS the mana worms first. If you have a group that's on it with the stuns, you can pull two at a time. If not, pull one at a time, and you should still have more than enough time to do this as a 3 chest. You do see here a small little slip up. I do pull this confluence a little bit early and Curator actually gets pulled alongside with him. Now with this Curator, this is when you want to pop Lust so that you can get Curator down as fast as possible. You don't have to wait for Curator to be in the Evocate phase anymore. I think a lot of us are geared enough in order to actually do damage outside of Evocate now, so you can pop Lust outside of it. One tip that I do have for Curator is to work your way up the hallway to end up as close to the portal as possible. Now keep kiting Curator down this hallway as best as you can while keeping good pace. But once Curator is down to about 20% of his health, you should be relatively close to the end of the hallway so you can jump right into the portal. After you jump into the portal, in order to get to the next room, there is this patrol here. You don't have to take him down in order to get your enemy forces to complete, so you can actually get threat on him and then jump into this room and he will drop aggro, he will stay behind. Now here with this group, I did have the DPSers actually take him down, but again, not a requirement. Even if he's in your way, pull him, but just keep running through the room and he'll automatically evade bug and go back. With this ad, just don't stand in any of the fire tiles and you'll be fine. And now we have our second boss, Shade of Medivh. Remember, interrupt every single frostbite. You can let the infernal bolts go through, and as a tank, you should be spell reflecting or trying to mitigate as much magic damage whenever arcane missiles goes up. And I actually save my personal interrupt for piercing missiles as well. There should be plenty of other interrupts between your healer and the DPSers to get every single frostbite. Once you are done with Medivh, this trash room right before Mana Devourer, none of this needs to be pulled, so you don't need to get any of this trash at all. Run straight for Mana Devourer and actually take him down. And the way to run straight to Mana Devourer is to run out towards the ledge and then hug that ledge all the way to the boss. Once you get to Mana Devourer, make sure at least 2 or 3 of you in the group are absorbing the mana orbs. If you are running a higher level mythic dungeon, then you still run the risk of having him fill up his mana bar and actually be able to cast and one-shot all of you. This is a lower level mythic plus, so a lot of the mechanics were ignored because of our gear. Now once you take down Mana Devourer, here's where you're going to get the large majority of your enemy forces. In this room, you want to pull all of the trash, and all of this trash is very easy. You can take it down relatively quickly. It can be stunned, it can be snared. That's what's great about it. So pull anywhere from 2 to 4 packs at a given time, depending on how comfortable you are and what gear you have. But you'll see that we go from about 50% to 90% just in this room alone. After this room, you still have a few more trash mobs, and those will fill up the rest of this enemy forces. Now the only 2 trash mobs left is this Slayer and a caster behind him. So take these 2 down and move on to chests. Once you get to chests, the rules are simple. Don't step on any tiles that are being lit by a holy light, any kind of fire, ice, whatever it is, don't step on any tiles. Once you take down one of the ads, aim for the king, he will be taking extra damage, and that's it. If you want to focus the king and stay exclusively on him at all times, and you as a tank are geared enough to be able to take his increased damage, then that's fine too. You can also do that. After chests, we have a little bit of RP, and the last boss. For the last boss, remember, interrupt every burning blast or eat it up with any kind of magic mitigation you may have. You can also spell reflect back the burning blast. Step out of the way of disintegrate beams, and if you do have the shadows debuff, make sure you run away from everyone before you're either cleansed or it falls off. And that does it for Upper Karazhan. Again, this is becoming one of my favorite Mythic pluses. It has very good drops and is very quick. It's light on trash, it goes by super quick, so I am enjoying this dungeon the most out of all the Mythic pluses. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. There is going to be more 7.2 content coming by, so stick around. You don't want to miss out. Subscribe and keep an ear to the channel. And if you like what I do and like my guides and want to donate, you can go ahead and visit my Patreon, linked down below in the description. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. And as always, good luck out there.